Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. I'm delighted, as always, to be joined by Chris and Andrew from Boxing Bros UK. If you enjoy this video, please do subscribe to both Boxing Bros UK and ESBR Boxing if you haven't done so already. This is a final prediction video for one of the biggest fights of the year so far, Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol for the undisputed light heavyweight championship of the world. It's undefeated versus undefeated chaps. Amazing clash of styles. It's kind of the best. It's the best fight, isn't it? When you're boxing hardcore. As always, we're doing this raw. This isn't rehearsed. I don't know what you're going to say. You don't know what I'm going to say. But we will get to it with some final predictions. Chris, give us your final prediction for this one and why, please.
For me, where I'm a big Beterbiev fan, like 100% knockout ratio at world level, 22 fights, and I want him to win so bad. And to just lay down some facts. Let's go off last performances. Who's fought the best opposition in the last two fights? Artur Beterbiev. Who's looked the best in their last two fights? Artur Beterbiev has looked the best. And I think Bivol's got a few personal issues going on with his wife, trying to sabotage him, telling everyone where his injuries are, slagging him off, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, fighters are professionals, they can zone out to that shit, but injuries, like little niggles that, you only share with your woman, who knows if that's going to be a factor. But I just think Artur Beterbiev's looked better. He's in recent form. He only fights once a year, and he's always in tip-top shape. And I just think Bivol's never been tested. He's never been hit on the whiskers. And I think Artur Beterbiev, he's not just a banger. He's a very, very skilled boxer as well. He's got all the tricks up his sleeve, and he's a machine. And I just think he will get to him eventually, and he's going to stop him late. So my prediction is Artur Beterbiev is going to get to him, and he's going to knock Bivol out late, and he's going to become undisputed light heavyweight champion with 100% knockout ratio on his record and retire into the wilderness.
Fantastic. Chris, I'm gonna come back to you on a couple of things you've said, but I'll go to Andrew now. Andrew, I want to know, are you agreeing with Chris, or are you disagreeing with Bivol?
I'll tell you what, he sold it even better there. He did an art video. I'll tell you, it's really difficult. It was a very compelling argument, if I do say so myself, Chris. And I'm still going with Bivol, but I'll tell you what, you've nearly changed my mind, mate. I tell you. You know what? The fairy story would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Artur Beterbiev retires undisputed, 100% KO ratio if you can get that done. What a way to go out if he decides to do that. That would be the perfect opportunity. So almost kind of want him. My heart says that as well. But I don't know. I have to go with my gut feeling. I've just got a feeling, putting all the dramas to one side, weighing everything up, I'm still not sure. I know Beterbiev does this. He does tend to postpone fights. There's little injury niggles. Is his body failing him more and more? 39, 40. I know I'm 40 now, and my body fails me every day. So I know that feeling. But he's a Terminator. He's a monster. And can he roll back the years just that? He's looked good. As Chris said, he's looked good. I have no doubt that it'll look great. I just wonder, though, guys, I just wonder, Bivol is a little bit of a step up to what he's had in his pro career. I know he's fought Usyk at amateur and done a good job there. But, I mean, Bivol's going to have to be switched on for 12 rounds because I don't see him stopping Beterbiev. He's going to have to be switched on the whole time. But I just think if he can, he's wonderful judge of distance. If he can just get enough of Beterbiev's respect, if he can grind out plenty of rounds, I've just got a feeling he might just get over the line with a points win. Yeah, that's my gut feeling on it. But there's a lot of dimensions to it. There's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
Can he keep Beterbiev? Can he keep that monster off him? Well, we'll find out in a couple of days, won't we? So
yeah.
It's
a really tough one. Chris, I'll come back to you at the moment. How you've made a very good argument for a fight where a lot of people are sitting on the fence. No one's sitting on the fence here, but if you don't mind me saying, you sound fairly confident. Is that right? are you kind of 70-80% confident that Beterbiev's going to do the job on Saturday? How confident are you that you're going to be right about this one?
I'm not that confident. I'd say I'm leaning to Beterbiev 60-40.
Yeah.
So if Bivol wins, I'm not going to be like, oh, wow. I'm just going to be like, yeah, I knew that he had a good time. This is a 50-50 fight, but I'm leaning more towards Beterbiev because I just think he hasn't been stopped yet. He won't be stopped. He's a machine. I just got a feeling in my guts that he's going to do it.
No, fantastic. And Andrew, what I want to ask you, although it's such a massive fight, I feel like Beterbiev at the age he is, he can't have that many more fights left. If you are correct and Bivol wins, Bivol, I think himself is around 33 years old. He might only have 3 or 4 fights left. What else would you like to see him do? Does the people are talking about the Canelo rematch? Does that appeal to you? Maybe that fight could be at 168, possibly. I'm not sure who else there is for him to fight at 175. I'm not convinced he'd move up to cruiserweight, but what else do you see happening in the career of Dmitry?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Benavidez is that a good, that's one that might be an interesting matchup. Benavidez can bang a little bit. He's a decent operator. I don't think he's on the level that Bivol is as a technician. The Canelo rematch, I think there might be certainly for Canelo's legacy, if he cares at all about legacy anymore, which I'm not sure. No, he's got a great legacy already, but I'm not sure. I think he does a job on Canelo again anyway. After Buatsi's great win with my terrible prediction, fair play to him. Is that on the card still? I would like to see that. I think that would be. I'd love to see Buatsi in there with Bivol. Yeah. That would be great. I think that there's a couple of good fights still out there for him. Do we still sort of chuck Anthony Yard in? I mean, Anthony Yard's 32 now.
Yeah,
he's been in there obviously against Artur Beterbiev. Kovalev. He dared to be great and come up short. Would he maybe potentially get a chance to have a little go on Bivol? I mean, there's a few little options there, but like you say, I mean, Bivol's got 2-3 years left at the top level, maybe left.
Yeah. No, you've identified some good options there. So if he does kind of continue at light heavyweight, there's definitely some big fights there. Chris, I've got one final one for you before I give my prediction of my own. You've mentioned Beterbiev retiring. There, say he does win, but he chooses to have a couple more. What do you want to see him do? Would you like to see maybe some of the fights that Andrew's mentioned, but for Beterbiev instead? There's been talk about him moving up to cruiserweights. Obviously, him against Opatai would be a mega fight, wouldn't it, in 2025? If Beterbiev wins and fights on, what do you see him doing?
Well, I'd like, if he doesn't retire, I think the Canelo fight will be a good one. I don't really want to see him fight Benavidez, but I tell you what I would love to see. If Beterbiev wins, where Beterbiev had a close fight with Usyk in the amateurs and he put him down, but Usyk got the decision, I believe. I'd like to see that rematch. I would. I'd like to see Usyk come back down to cruiser and Beterbiev move up to cruiser, and them two have it out, even if it's not for a belt, just because obviously undisputed heavyweight, undisputed light heavyweight. Let's meet in the middle, the best of the best. Let them two have a fight, and then they should both retire. If Usyk beats Fury, obviously. Yeah.
Look, I think
that'll be a good one.
Yeah, I don't think that's it's not a bad shout, and you've got to think why can't that happen? Why can't it be possible? Usyk can surely make cruiserweight again, but Beterbiev, I'm sure, would possibly welcome moving up. So we'll see. You never know. I hope there's a possibility. I'll keep my predictions short and sweet, gents. I'm agreeing with Chris on this one. I think it's going to be not a nip and tuck, but I think it's going to be really close. And I'm going for Beterbiev to stop Bivol in the second half of the fight when Bivol is possibly up on the cards, but it's going to be really close. But do I say that with a
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. No, I'm seeing your prediction, Chris. It's such a tricky one. I just think Beterbiev will get to Bivol eventually. That's what I'm expecting to happen. And once he's on you, he's very hard to get off.
Yeah, 100%. That's
No
what
doubt.
when we did our video. That's what I said. Beterbiev will be behind on the cards later rounds, and he'll just get to him and stop him.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. Look, it's appreciate the predictions, chaps, because I know it's a really tricky one. And yeah, look, we'll see what happens on Saturday night. Enjoy the fight. Thank you so much for your time, for your effort, for your predictions, and we will definitely speak again soon. Chris, Andrew, Boxing Bros UK, thank you very much for your time.